Welcome to solverfy.
So we're given three resistors, each with a value, a different value. So we have a 2 ohm resistor, a 3 ohm resistor, and a 4 ohm resistor. And we want to create a table of the resistances from in order of increasing resistance. So what we have in terms of combinations that we can make with one or more of the resistors is in the series combination, we can have just one individual resistor by itself. We can have 2 in series with each other or 3 all in series. And then for the parallel combinations, we can have all 3 in parallel with each other or just 2 of them in parallel with each other. And then for the combination, we can have 1 in series where we have 2 in parallel with each other, or we can have 2 in series where they're both parallel to the third resistor. So now if we go ahead and we can go ahead and tabulate them by the series resistances, so in order of least to most resistance. We'll first have 2 ohms, 3 ohms, and then 4 ohms, and that's just from taking this single resistor and having each of them in that spot. And then looking at the 2 resistors in series, we have 5 ohms if we take the 2 and 3, 6 ohms if we take the 2 and 4, and then 7 ohms if we take the 4 ohm and 3 ohm resistor. And then if we were to put them all in series with each other, we'd only have one resistance of 9 ohms. So now looking at the parallel combinations, so these two, where we have either all of them in parallel with each other or just 2 in parallel with each other, we're going to have the lowest resistance when they're all in parallel with each other, and that'll give us an equivalent resistance of 0.923 ohms. And then when we have the 2 ohm and 3 ohm resistor, we're going to have 1.2 ohms. When we have the 2 and 4 ohm resistor, we'll have an equivalent resistance of 1.3 ohms, or 1.33 ohms. And with the 3 and 4 ohm resistor in parallel, we'll have an equivalent resistance of 1.71 ohms. And so now if we look at this combination circuits that we have, if we look at this case first, where we have 2 in series and then parallel to the third, if we have 3 and 4 in series in parallel with 2, what we'll get is an equivalent resistance of 1.56 ohms. And then if we were to take the 2 and 4 in series and in parallel with the 3 ohm resistor, we'll have an equivalent resistance of 2 ohms. And finally, with the 2 and 3 ohm resistor in series in parallel to the 4 ohm resistor, we'll have 2.2 ohms. 2.22 ohms rather. And finally, we'll look at this last combination where we have 2 resistors in parallel and then in series with the third. We find that if we take the 2 ohm resistor in series with the 3 and the 4 ohm resistor in parallel, we'll have an equivalent resistance of 3.71 ohms. And then with this combination where we have 3 in series with 2 and 4 that are in parallel, we'll go ahead and find that it's 4.33 ohms. And finally, with the 2 and 3 in parallel with each other and in series with the 4 ohm resistor, we'll get 5.2 ohms.